Hi everyone, I'm back again with another video. Please do like, comment and share the video after you have watched it. So today we'll be talking about literature review in terms of research. So it's very important to know the difference between literature and review in order for you to know what a literature review is. So firstly, we'll talk about a literature. A literature can be books and writings published on a particular subject. A literature is any collection of written work, but it is also used more narrowly for writings. Normally, this is considered to be an art form, especially prose fiction, drama, and poetry. In recent centuries, the definition has expanded to include oral literature, much of which has been transcribed, meaning that literature has changed or the explanation has been expanded or made broad because oral literature was not considered to be part of a literature. So a review is a formal assessment or evaluation of something with the intention of bringing in change if necessary. So to say, it deals with something which is already there. Example, reviewing an option before the final decision. So a review is just going through something that has been already done by someone. So a literature review is about focusing on someone else's ideas. After this explanation, a literature review can now be explained as a collection, category, and evaluation of what other researchers have written on a particular topic. A literature review normally forms part of a research thesis, but it can also stand alone as a self-contained review of writings on a subject. The aim of literature review. It places each work in the context of its contribution to the subject under review, describes the relationship of each work to the others under consideration, identify new ways to interpret and shed light on any gaps in previous research, resolves conflicts among seemingly contradictory previous studies, identify areas of prior scholarship to prevent duplication of effort, point the way forward for further research purposes, and it also places an original piece of research in the context of existing literature. The topic and the literature. So let me give you an example. For instance, you are in your economic classes and you find an interesting topic. So if you can think of something that interests you at this stage, you'll have to narrow down your topic further. And you can do this by visiting the library and looking at the main field journals. Each issue of the main field journal will have several articles in potential areas of interest. Look through some websites that deal with the issue of your interest and look at any data sources they might reference. You have chosen a topic, you need to formulate a research question or thesis statement that will help you guide through the process of writing the literature review. This is the part where you really narrow down your topic. After you have gone through the above step, you can schedule a 30-minute appointment with me, during which we can discuss the research topic or research question and any other questions that you might have, and you can do this within the first 2-3 weeks after you have watched my video. Selecting the literature, you need to demonstrate that you are able to determine what has already been written on a topic, identify previous approaches to the topic, identify central issues in the field, integrate what previous researchers have found, identify important issues still unresolved. So meaning that you should choose the topic according to the information that you already have searched for. So you base your topic or study what other researchers have already done. The structure of a literature review. The structure of a literature review will help a person to know better what literature review is. Therefore, I would like to give a few points on the structure of a literature review. In writing a literature review, you need to demonstrate your intellectual ability to recognize the relevant information and to combine things and evaluate it according to the tentative guiding research questions or thesis statement you have developed. Your reader wants you to know what literature exists and also your informed evaluation of the literature. The mistakes to avoid literature review. Remember that when writing the literature review, you need to demonstrate that you can scan the literature efficiently and appraise information critically. It is therefore a bad sign when every paragraph begins with the name of the researchers. Remember that your literature review is highly considered list and that you make reference to published literature only when necessary. Therefore, your aim in writing a literature review is not to list as many articles and names as possible, and it's also not to try to refer to every piece of literature in the area. What makes a good literature review? A good literature review clearly delimits the subject to be reviewed, covers all important relevant literature, it's always up to date, provides an insightful analysis of the ideas and conclusions in the literature, points out similarities and differences, strengths and weaknesses in the literature. It identifies gaps in the literature for further research purposes, and it also identifies the context for which the literature is. Common structures of a literature review, or what your literature review should consist of. It should have an abstract. This refers to a brief summary of the content of the article. Introduction, which is an explanation of the purpose or the reason of the study. A literature review, a critical assessment of the work done on the topic to show a relation between current study to what has already been done. Methods, how the study was carried out, and this involves the equipment, procedures, and instruments which were used to gather information during the study. Results, what was found in the course of the study or the outcomes of the study. Discussion, what do the results simply mean? Conclusions, state the conclusions and the implications of the results. Thank you very much. Please do like, comment, and share on this video.